Archbishop, thank you so much for talking to us. First of all, the excitement building towards Saturday, no doubt about it. It is an extraordinary day. I think if you've not sat through 1953, you'd perhaps not realise what a central role you play in all of this. How are you feeling? A sense of awe, excitement, wonder, anticipation perhaps? What's your mood going into this?
My mood is, first of all, it's not principally about me, it's about the King. And it's a service, it's a Christian service, it's about God. I'm very conscious of what a huge privilege it is to do it. And we've been doing lots of rehearsals since February, and, you know, it's slowly coming together.
You once famously said that you had a nightmare.
Yes.
At a crucial moment, you'd forgotten the crown. You'd left it at Lambeth Palace.
Yes.
Because it's so intricate, are there any small parts that are keeping you awake at night that you'll be glad when it's over?
No, if I have a superpower, which most people, including my family, would say I don't, it's that I can fall asleep at almost any moment without notice and remain asleep. So no, nothing's keeping me awake. During the day, I am spending a lot of time, obviously thinking through what we're doing and how we're doing it, working with others. It's been enormously collaborative. We've been working with the palace, with the government, with all kinds of different groups, and it's just been really enjoyable with the Abbey. Lots of laughter, lots of fun, and very serious, thoughtful work.
I know you've been helping the King prepare as well. In your meetings with him, do you sense any apprehension from him?
Well, they're obviously confidential meetings, but I mean, there's nothing. He's very easy to work with. He is really kind, he pays great attention, he thinks very deeply about these things. You can see his Christian faith comes through the whole time, and it's been really fun.
Obviously this has been your life now for a long time, but people have a genuine question about the coronation. Why do we need it? Why do we bother? He's already king.
We need it legally, because he's got to take certain oaths, which are always taken at a coronation, going back to 973, of various forms. But the present lot are principally set by Acts of Parliament in the 1680s and early 1700s. And, but it is also a moment that says we're going to draw on our tradition, we're going to reflect the country as it is now, and we're going to look forward with hope and draw people together. And the point of the coronation, why do we need a coronation? We need a coronation to celebrate all we have been, all we are, and all we will be.
There's been a lot of coverage about people being asked to swear allegiance to the King. This idea of no longer a homage from peers, but a homage by the people. You know, a wonderful inclusive moment. Which has sort of morphed into people feeling like they're being told what to do. Has it all got a little bit lost in translation?
Oh, I think there's a certain amount of excitement about this that isn't really deserved by it. In church services, it is very, very normal that congregations are asked to respond. That's just bog standard every day. You'd find it in all church services. You'll find it in here or in the chapel at 12:30 today. And this is simply extending the hospitality of that. And in every church service we have, in many services here, not everyone answers. It's a matter of choice. They are not being told to, they're being invited to. Join in if you want. If you don't want, that's fine.
Well, the palace is very well aware, isn't it, of the balance between those who think there's 1,000 years of history here, don't tamper with it, leave it as it is, and those who think this is archaic, it's too long and not really relevant to me. Is that something that you also had to wrestle with?
Well, we all sat down and said, look how different the country is since 1953. What do we do to reflect the wonderful differences and extraordinary breadth of traditions and ideas and population that we have in this age that wasn't there in 1953? What do we do to show that? And I think people will see in this service something where they look at it and think, oh, there's someone a bit like me, there's someone a bit like me. This reflects who we are. There's going to be a lot of people in the Abbey who are invited who nobody except their local community knows about, but who are the local community saints, whether they know it or not. And most of them would say, oh, no, I just try and help out. It's inclusive, and I think people will say, oh, there's so many good things happening in this country. People, when they see it, they'll realise why it reaches out. I mean, the first thing that happens is one of the young people choristers there present saying to the King, you're welcome, and the King saying, I come not to be served, but to serve. And that's the theme of the service, serving one another. Not just the King to the nation, but each of us to everyone.
And there are many multi-faith elements, aren't there? Right from the first procession,
yes.
The presentation of some of the coronation regalia, words
yes.
that you are speaking as well. Do you have any concerns that this strips away what is a very important Christian service?
No, none whatsoever. We've been incredibly careful about that, to make sure that people are welcomed, that there's hospitality, but out of respect for their faith and respect for the fact the Abbey is a Christian church and this is a Christian service, a deeply Christian service, we have made sure that there's no compromise on those two things, and there doesn't need to be.
We gain a queen, of course, as well on Saturday. We will see her both anointed and crowned. It has not always been an easy path for Charles and Camilla, but after 18 years of marriage, should the nation be ready for Queen Camilla, and indeed what can she offer to the King and the country?
I think the nation knows exactly what she can offer, and I'm not going to get into that argument, but I am absolutely thrilled that she is there to support the King and to carry out her own calling beautifully.
Did you ever think, when you found your own calling, that you would be the person who gave a sermon at the funeral of a queen and crowned a king?
Never. Not for one solitary second. I assumed that I would be a parish priest, and that's what I felt called to be.
A privilege, right?
Oh, there aren't words to describe the privilege.
Just don't drop the crown.
Thank you. I'll do my best.
Archbishop, thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anna.